Okay. Let's talk about Eternals, shall we? Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Geeks and another video, and I'll be sharing my thoughts on Chloe Zhao Eternals. This is the latest MCU film, and it's directed by Chloe Zhao, who I adore as in recent years because of No Man's Land, and No Man's Land had me gave my love to Chloe Zhao as a filmmaker. And yeah, this is a new entry to the MCU that I was really excited going into because I love the characters. I know the story of Eternals and the whole backstory, the whole lore with the Celestials, the Deviants, the Eternals, how the creation of the Eternals and the Deviants and the humans, blah blah, all that massive lore that was created by Jack Kirby, and later on Neil Gaiman did his run. And by the trailers, I was really excited because we're finally get to see a brand new character that we have not seen in the MCU, just like Shang-Chi. And I was in for the ride. New characters, new story, and new territory that we have not yet been in the world of MCU, and this will be expanding the world of MCU. Now, this film has been receiving a lot of mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hated it. I was going in with an open mind and judging my own and see what I think of it. I don't care what other people think. That doesn't affect me much. So this is my opinion. This is my thoughts on Eternals. If you hate this movie, that is okay because everybody has different opinions. If you love this movie, that's even awesome. We all have different opinions and we all can respect that, and I respect your opinion. So I went in, going in with an open mind, just judging my own, and I was really excited for this movie. I love the characters, I love the cast, and I love the filmmaker behind it, Chloe Zhao, and I trust her vision because of No Man's Land. Going in, honestly, guys, I love this movie. I actually love this movie. There's some flaws. We can go into that a little bit later, but let's talk about the pros first. So the first pro is, my God, the visual effects are amazing to look at. Just obviously with every MCU that we've seen so far, the visual effects have been improved and improved over the years. From 2008 to 2021, and the stuff with the Celestials and the whole stuff going on. I won't spoil into details because it's a spoiler-free review. I really love the look of this movie, the visuals, the sci-fi, very Jack Kirby-esque, if you will. I really love the visual effects in this one, and the cast is just all well done. Salma Hayek, Angelina Jolie, to Gemma Chan, to Richard Madden, like Camille Nanjiani, who was a standout in this movie. Really great cast. You can buy them as Eternals. You can buy them with the characters. There's a great chemistry. There's a great bond. You can tell they're having fun in making this movie. And I love the direction that goes on in this film. But that's not my favorite part of this movie. My favorite part of this movie is that this is a very unique MCU. Yes, everybody keeps saying that. And it is true by me seeing the film for the first time. It is very unique for sure. There's a very different departure to the MCU that we have not seen yet, and I really like that because it's very refreshing and really exciting for me as an MCU fan, which I still adore and love. That please give us something different and unique, and Eternals is very different, like an offshoot. Yes, it takes place in the same universe, but it's like an offshoot, like a sort of like a mini series. There's this other character that we haven't focused on that is not part of the the MCU thing, but it is part of the MCU, and I love the fact that how different it is, how separate from them. It's really unique because they can focus on them. They don't need to talk about Steve Rogers or Tony Stark and all that, even though they mentioned the name. But I love the fact that it's very different, unique, and on its own bubble than the big MCU bubble that we have seen over the years. The fact that they have their own space and their own bubble that they can focus on, which I really like because this is definitely a Chloe Zhao film, not a Marvel Studios film. This is definitely Chloe Zhao film because you can tell by her vision in this movie is there. By the cinematic feel of this movie, you can tell it's her vision and her story, and it's right there. And I love the fact it's very different from the MCU. This is a very unique MCU, and I really appreciate that. And granted, a lot of people, I know going in for the regular movie or going audience would be very confused by the whole mythology and the whole story. It can be overstuffed at times, but for me, as a Marvel comic book fan, as a comic book reader, I read the Neil Gaiman run, the miniseries in graphic novel in the library in my high school days. Missed those days. I really love how they put the explanation of how what Eternals is, and I really like that a lot. Like it's exciting that there's something new going on, and that each character has his own moment to shine. There's Mercari, the speedster, basically. There's Cersei, we can see her power set, and Sprite, her power set. Like everybody has their moment to shine in this film, and that's what the cast is so great in this. That you buy them as the character they are in. And I love each individual character that I want to see them more in the future in the MCU. Just like how Shang-Chi did for me. Like, I want to see them more. I want them back again in the big screen. Give me a sequel already. Like, come on. Like, honestly, I really do love this movie. It's very engaging and intriguing at the same time. It's entertaining as well. It's funny at times. It's action-packed at times. It's really nice breather from the MCU that's making something different and go to the new territory that they have not yet been on. As well, like exploring the past that we have not seen in MCU, learning new things in the MCU from the past that that makes it such a fascinating film to watch, because all the things that we have seen in the MCU, the timeline that we have seen, well, there's more than that. There's the other past. There's other history we have not yet entered the gateway to. And that's really awesome for me to see, because that means we're exploring new things. We're exploring about the Celestials, the Eternals, the Deviants, and all that wonderful Jack Kirby that was created by Jack Kirby that finally going to explore in the MCU. We have already explored the Dinos world. We have already explored the Guardian Galaxy world. I think it's time to explore other territory that we have not seen yet, and this is the film that embraced that. Yes, this is a new era, new chapter of the MCU. Phase 1 to 3 is done. Let's go forward. Let's go beyond that we have not yet reached yet. And this film showcased that, bringing new characters that it's their time to shine. Just like Shang-Chi, it is time for them to shine, and this film shows. I really love this film. Now to the cons. There are two cons. One is the villain. The villain was not the best, I'll tell you that. It's not the best villain in the MCU, to be honest. It's more focusing on the internal characters and their lives and the thing they have to stop. That's what the motivation of the Eternals. There are really no villain. It's just the deviants. Deviants are back. Boom, there. They have to stop them. That's it. Pretty much. The villain is not the greatest. It's probably lower tier in my opinion for the villain. I wish they would expand more of the villain motivation even more, but they had to focus on other things than the villain part of the film. And my other cons is that this film can be overstuffed for other audiences, and for me that doesn't bother me at all, but it can feel rushed at times. But for me that doesn't affect the experience watching the Eternals. For me, I actually don't mind that at all, that we need to get to the good stuff, right? We need to get these people to understand who they are. And yes, it can be overstuffed, so many information that can go by. But honestly, for me, as a comic book reader, reading the Neil Gaiman run, it doesn't affect me much because I know the mythology and the lore. And it could be a problem for other people, but for me, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't make any sense, but that's my other cons. And honestly, guys, this may be a short review, but if you don't like this movie, that's fine. If you hate this movie, that's fine too. It's like this film has been getting a lot of mixed reviews. It's just, you know, as usual, every film is, have the right. I mean, every people have their right opinion. It's their opinion. They have the right to. For me, going in, I was really excited for this movie and getting out for the film, loving it. I actually love this movie. I really do. I love the characters. I love the story. The story was engaging for me to watch. As a fan of the characters, hey, I really love this movie. I actually do. I may be the majority of the group that actually love this movie. I actually do. I don't mind it. It's a great film. It's very well directed, very well shot, and Chloe Zhao, cannot wait for her to make more movies after this, and give me Eternal 2. I'm so down for that. Yeah, I'm so happy that MCU is finally introducing to new characters that we have not seen, going for something different and very unique, and a new territory for us to discover that we have not been or seen yet in the world of MCU, exploring new stuff, which is a very exciting thing, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's a really good thing for me. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Eternals. It's gonna be a very short review because one, I have to go to sleep really soon because I have to go to work early in the morning, and two, I'm just tired. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on Eternals, directed by Chloe Zhao. Yeah. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and follow me on Twitter, Letterboxd, and Instagram. Have a great one. Take care.